Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? I'm going to try to show you something. But a question has come to me several times. Different people have asked me about it and things like that. But when you're pressure flaking and you've done your percussion work and you're sitting there looking at your percussion work, getting ready to pressure flake, how do you start pressure flaking to get it down where it's more like flake over grinding, where it's smooth, where your patterns will show up better? Well, the first thing you want to do, instead of running flakes all the way across, is remove your high airs, which I'm trying to show you right here. These are the high airs you want to move. And like this piece right here, that would be high airs. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I set up a platform to move those, just like a percussion platform. And take my little pressure flaker and set it up. Come on this side, because it's on this side too. Not get it off from that side. Okay, now I'm going to sand it all at one time, all these little platforms I made. And I'm going to show them to you. We're going to go over them one more time. There's a high air right here, one here, one here, and one here. So then I take my issue stick and I start at the bottom or top. It really don't matter. But I got my platform made. It's not going to be a long video. I hate watching a long video of somebody pressure flaking. I can't get my camera where I'm at adjusted to go any lower. I'm hoping y'all can see this. All right, that lowered it a lot right there, right there, right there, right there. Now we're gonna come on this side over here, do the same thing. Setting up some little platform. Grind them real good. Somebody asked me the other day, sent me a comment on one of my videos of what kind of pressure pad that I have here. And I really don't want to tell you because it's embarrassing. It makes you think I'm too poor to buy a good one. But when these things wear out, I'll show you what I do to them. Yeah, it did real good there. We're going to set them up now on this side right here. I hope I don't forget to show you what I do with my pressure flaking slabs when they wear out. It's kind of funny. I been doing this for a long time. I repair them like patching an inner tube. I take sawdust and glue, and where that went into the wood there, wore it all the way down to there, I just pack it with sawdust and glue, let it dry for several days, and got me a little groove right here is enough. Usually I sand me one in there with my sander, but that one's enough right there to hold on to it. And start over. Wear it down again, I fill it with sawdust and glue. This one's probably 10 years old. Okay, this side's looking pretty good over here. We'll come back and run a few more on this side. This tip's still pretty wide. My friend Dan Collins was talking about something the other day, and I can't remember what it was, where he had done something, and he was kind of proud of it or whatever, boasting about it, and I got to thinking, I'm going to outdo him. I'm going to one-up him. And what made me think about it was, whatever he did, and I can't remember, it was a pretty good while back, but I've done the same thing. I don't know if it's hunting or whatever. I'm going to go back and watch the video and find out. I know which video it is. But I had a friend, I don't care what you did, he did it better. And I was at work one day, and I worked with him, and I got to work, and I told the guy, I said, I just experienced the weirdest thing. I said, I've seen it before, but I said, I caught that red light up on Pine Street, and I'm sitting there, and it starts raining across the street where the red light's on the other side, but didn't a drop of rain land on my truck. It was just like you popped a chalk line across the road, and it rained on one side and not the other. And I'm sure y'all experienced that if you're old enough. I've seen it where, it rains like that. Now I got to prepare this side. And so anyway, I told it, and he's sitting there and was eating lunch. It's on a lunch break. And he said, oh my gosh, son. And everything was son, he called his son. Oh my gosh, son, that's nothing. Man, back in Mobile, Alabama, that's where he grew up at, I had a double-barrel shotgun. And I was squirrel hunting, and I leaned that gun up against the fence post, and it went to rain and filled one barrel up of water, and there wasn't a drop in the other barrel. You wasn't going to beat him? I don't care what it was. So we had a hunting camp, and he was a member of our hunting camp, and he kind of aggravated everybody about what I was saying. He's always done something bigger or better. And about a good 1,000 yards, at least 500, 600 yards, I don't know, with nothing but a soybean field. Wasn't anything over 3 foot high, and they done combined the beans, wasn't nothing but stubble left. And there was a graveyard out there, and they would always plant around it, and had a bunch of trees growing in it. And It had a brick wall around it. One of those trees was a cottonwood tree. And that cottonwood tree was about 100 foot tall, I guess. It was huge. And this is winter time. Wasn't no leaves on it. You could look way out there and it was like a sore toe sticking up in there. It was the highest thing within probably 500 acres around there. And I told one of the guys, I said, "Watch this." He said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "Just listen." I said, "I want y'all to look at that popsicle up on that limb in that cottonwood tree." And he said, "Yeah." And he knew what I was doing, and he went along with me. And instead the rest of them said, "You can't see that far or anything like that." He said, "Man, there's 3 of them." I said, "Wilbur, I hadn't seen no squirrel. Well, I'm telling you, it's 3 of them up there." He got mad with inside. Okay, now, back to what I'm doing. But anyway, whatever Dan Collins said, I can't remember, but it made me think of that. And it's something that I had done before. Oh, I know what it was. He got stung by his bees. He keeps bees. Okay, look how even this is getting. All them high places are gone. Those high ridges come off right there. Come off right across there. Little line right there is because I can't flake all the way across that good. But that's what I'm talking about. So now I'm gonna come back and go up it and try to thin some of this down. And I might not be able to because I just don't have any strength in my arms to pressure flake anymore. My arms and my legs is where this arthritis is getting me. My legs get so weak I can't hardly stand up. My muscles hurt so bad. And I didn't know that was a part of rheumatoid arthritis, but I'm learning a lot about it. But anyway, he got stung, he said, 50 times. Something about them bees got him. And this is a true story, but I'm gonna up him a big time. We were hog hunting in the swamp, hunting hogs on horseback. We got in some tulip gum trees, what we call them, what cypress, they kind of look like cypress, but tulip gum trees. And it was real boggy, and it was four of us on horses. Well, I was the second horse in the back, and then in the front, behind the second horse behind the front man, who was number 1 rider. I'll get this right in a minute. I hadn't had my coffee this morning. But anyway, his horse started bogging down and right in the middle of those trees, and he made a comment. He said, "Man, it's getting boggy here. We need to get out of here." He said, "My horse about to go up his knees." And about that time, his horse sunk to his knees. And my horse's nose isn't 2 foot from his horse's rear end. And all of a sudden, his horse started lunging. I ain't never seen a horse lunge like that. And basically was on his knees, lunging forward. And he come up and took off, bucking. And the guy hollered, "Watch out for the bees." And my horse jumped forward when his did and fell basically where his had fallen at. And it was a rotten log there, even with the mud. There was a big yellow jacket nest in that log. Well, his horse had straddled it. And when he come up out of there, when he getting stung, he found a wheel to come up out of that mud, and the yellow jackets popping. And now they popping my horse and me. And man, I mean, they're hurting. My horse can't go nowhere because his horse is standing 1 lunge ahead where he jumped 1 jump ahead, and there's trees on both sides. My horse can't go right or left. He can just go forward, and his horse has got us, kind of locked in there. And so I'm going to come off my horse. I'm getting stung so bad. When I swing my leg over the saddle, my horse rears up, and it throws me backwards, and I land on my back. And it knocked the wind out of me. And my horse, I'm laying there not moving, trying to get some breath. I mean, I hit hard, even though it was muddy. And my horse sees the opportunity because his horse just now made another jump forward again, and gets out of there, and he takes off bucking. And he's gone, man. And I'm laying there. Well, the guy behind me, he said that when I was laying there still and wasn't moving, the Yellow Jackets left me and took after my horse. He was moving. He said it was just a stream of them going through there. He said you could see them. They were so thick. And said they was going straight for my horse, man. And said they just flew right over me. Well, when they got me up and got me out of there, away from them, I had them stuck all in my clothes, around my neck, collar on my shirt, and they were trying to get them off of me, and they caught my horse. They said, I forgot how far back in that swamp, and he tore the bridle completely off of him. The stirrup on the saddle was tore completely off that strap that held one of the stirrups on. And I never did go back to look for that stirrup. I didn't care. But he had Yellow Jackets all up in his nose. And one old boy had on leather gloves in his saddlebag, didn't have them on. He got them out and he took his fingers and just raked balls of Yellow Jackets out of his ears and nose and stuff like that. Well, in the meantime, I'm getting sick. And I'm getting real sick. And I tell him, I said, y'all gotta get me to the hospital. And I mean, I had never been that sick in my life. And I got on my horse and they were leading him, put a little halter string around his face there, and the guy was leading him. And I'm following him. My horse is going where his horse goes. And I want to tell you something. We were probably at least an hour from the truck. In time we got there, I had no control of anything. And I mean, it was horrible. You get my drift. And all in my boots everywhere. Just liquid, black as it could be. I'll never get that. They got me to the hospital, and they put me in there and started putting fluids in me and doing other stuff. I don't know what all they did. But the doctor said that he counted over 200 stings that he counted. Now see how uniform that is? I got a little medium ridge going up there, which I want to do, and I'm going to do it on this side too. But I'm not going to do that other side. I just want you to see. And look how good the flake patterns are running, if you can see them. And there's a low area right there, but they'll still run. Look over here. Do one on these ridges here, and this side will turn out the same way. I hope you enjoyed watching that. But anyway, I spent a day in the hospital at night. They released me the next morning. Doctor says it's a miracle it didn't kill me. So when he got to telling that, I got to thinking about my story. And I said, well, I'm going to one-up him. He ain't going to outdo me. But Dan Collins, if you watch this video and you're listening to me, I got you by a big number, buddy. Y'all have a blessed day.